Ready? All right, I see it.
Let's do it.
All right. I'd like to thank everybody for coming out. If you from out of state, chime in. Let me know where you coming from. Let me know what's going on. My name, I'm sitting in for my wife tonight, Ariel Biggs, and my name is James Biggs, the $10 million man, bringing these wealth building principles to you once again to your airways and to your ear holes. So now, without further ado, we're here to talk about financial part of the business. So if you're here tonight, we're gonna get a lot of stuff done. We're gonna listen to a lot of knowledge, and we bringing in my guy, my guy from a long time ago, from the sandbox, my man.
Yes, sir.
H. Cortez, the financial health man. How you doing, sir?
Doing good, Mr. Biggs. How you doing, man?
I can't complain, man.
All right. Can you hear me all right? All right. All right. Well, I'm excited to be with you guys yet one more again. I know Ariel and I had did one of these Sunday and Monday, and now here we are again, ladies and gentlemen, to talk about wealth building principles and strategies. So do us a huge favor. Go ahead and comment in the chat where you're from, drop the name of your business and on your brand, and we're going to get started right away, man. For those of you who do not know me, my name is H. Cortez. I'm a wealth strategist and author, and my entire mission in life is to empower you economically through financial literacy. And I emphasize personal brand development and also entrepreneurship, especially in a time like this, man. I think having something that you can own and control is critical. So we're going to talk a little bit about entrepreneurship. We're going to talk about some strategies on how the wealthy get wealthy, and in fact, how they get even wealthier during times like this. So just a little bit about my background, man. I'm the fourth born of 6 children. I was raised by a single mom on welfare right over here in a small town that we call Wellston here as part of St. Louis County. And we struggle financially, man. We was at a house on a block for weeks on end. It's pitch black in the house because we had no electricity, right? We were burning candles. For months on end, we went without hot water because the gas was shut off. So we were boiling water on hot plates to take a warm bath and clean the dishes and things of that nature. So my struggle is very, very real. And I've always said to myself, if I could figure out how wealthy people build wealth, then I'm going to tell everybody. And lo and behold, a couple years ago, I was poking around on Facebook, and someone introduced me to the wealth building principles and strategies that I'm going to share with you tonight. Changed my life, changed my family's life, and now I want to hopefully help you change your life if you are here for that. So let me hop over to screen share real quick, and let's get to this presentation. All right. So like we said before, we are here to talk about money. If you're not here to talk about money, then you, my friend, are in the wrong place. So not only are we going to talk about money, but we're talking specifically about your money, right? So I want you to write down 4, 3, 2, 1, because what we're going to talk about tonight are the 4 challenges that you have to overcome if you're serious about building wealth. We're going to give you 3 solutions to help you overcome those 4 challenges. We're going to talk about the 2 objectives that you have, and then we're going to introduce you to the one company that we've come to know and trust to help us put it all together. So what are the 4 challenges, man? Challenge number 1 is taxes. Most people don't realize, but taxes is your largest expense. I'm talking about bigger than your mortgage, bigger than your car note, right? Most people are paying a huge amount of taxes and don't even realize it. Challenge number 2 is credit/debt, right? We're going to go into deep details on each one of these. Challenge number 3 is business and big business. What is big business doing right now, and what are they going to be doing 6 months from now, 9 months from now, when this thing is all over, right? And then inflation. So we've all been conditioned to get a good education so we can get a good job. And then what though? Give a third of our income to taxes, right? I'm talking about federal tax, state tax, local tax, sales tax, property tax. You will lose a huge chunk of your money to taxes because most people don't realize that there are two sets of tax laws. And we're going to talk about that. Then we give another third of our income to the banks via debt, right? Think about it. You went to work. Your salary says you're supposed to make 50 grand, but you only bring home 35. But you still want to live the lifestyle like you make 50 grand. So what do? You go float the rest of that 15 grand on a credit card. You go borrow to make big purchases like your car and your home, your furniture, major electronics. You're borrowing money to send kids to school. So a third of your income is going to your children via debt. Going to the banks via debt. And then last but not least, the final third of your income is what you're trying to live off of. You're trying to create a life off a third of your salary. And most people don't even see it like that. But think about it. Uncle Sam got his right off the top. Because he took so much off the top, you went and borrowed from the bottom. Now the banks are in your pocket. Now you're trying to feed, clothe, house yourself with a third of your income. So the rest of your money goes to big business, right? So with all of that said, that's what's happening to us right now. But guess what? We still got to figure out how to position ourselves to have enough money for retirement. We've got to learn how to put our money in places that's going to outpace inflation. And even then, you need some other strategies, because I want you to think about something, man. It hurt my heart to know that the stock market took such a huge dive, because I know somebody was a year from retirement, 5 years from retirement, 3 years from retirement, and they thought they were sitting pretty. But all of a sudden, the economy tanked and they lost half of their retirement income that was in their 401k, right? Even if you do everything right, you can still end up in a poor situation. We're going to help you overcome this challenge, right? 78% of Americans are living check to check. 80% have credit challenges. 90% are drowning in debt. And that leaves about 70% of Americans with less than $5,000 in their retirement accounts, ladies and gentlemen. And we talked about those who did everything right and lost a huge chunk of their retirement account because of this economy right now, right? So let's talk a little bit about, now that you know what shifted your income away from you, let's talk about how to get it back. And we do that through a process that we call income shifting, right? It's a financial strategy we use to shift income back to its original owner, which just so happens to be you. Put in the chat right now, man. I worked for it, so it's mine. Question is, are you actually getting your hands on all of it or just a small portion? So let's talk about the 3 solutions really quickly as it relates to your personal finances. See, 3 solutions everyone needs to make happen. Number 1 is cash flow management, right? Yes, there are some of us who have limited income, so we need more income. But there's a good number of us who we don't need more income per se, as much as we need to control the cash flow. See, we some money getting people, right? Our problem is cash flow, in the sense that too much of our cash is flowing away from us. We're going to turn the tide on that thing. Then business income. We're going to talk about why business income is so important, but especially in this economy and this day and age, right? And then we're going to talk about some investment income as well. So let's go over cash flow management. Let's look at how to shift your income back to you, starting with minimizing your taxes. See, most people, again, don't realize taxes is their largest expense, and they feel that there's nothing they can do about taxes. In fact, when I was little, I remember we used to run around talking about, we ain't got to do nothing. If somebody say, man, you got to do this, or you got to do your homework, I ain't got to do nothing but pay taxes and die, right? Well, guess what? Our president said not paying taxes makes us smart. So if you flip that statement around, if you are paying taxes, then what does that make you? Then you got to minimize your debt, man. we've got to position ourselves to where we're building wealth for our families instead of building wealth for the bankers. And then we've got to minimize our expenses. Ladies and gentlemen, there's nothing wrong with having a good time, right? When I first read Rich Dad, Poor Dad by Robert Kiyosaki, I remember he has a passage in there where he talked about he was fiending for a Porsche, right? And he worked hard, he saved the money to get the Porsche, but instead of going out to buy the Porsche, he went out and invested in an apartment complex. And I'm thinking to myself, and my financial ignorance, you worked all of that hard to get the money to get the Porsche, and instead of getting the Porsche, you're going to do something dumb like go buy an apartment complex. But as I kept reading, he made this statement. Poor and middle class people buy their luxuries with their labor. Wealthy people buy their luxuries with their assets. Now I'm paraphrasing, but basically what he was saying is he took the money that he made from his labor, instead of buying the Porsche, he bought an apartment complex, an asset. Now the money from the asset pays for the Porsche, right? So it's okay to have nice things, but you want to make sure that you know how to acquire those nice things, right? So when you're making money with labor, right, what you have to understand, before we get to that, let's talk about business income. So why I love business income is because I own it and I control it. See, when I want to make more money, I simply ramp up my business. If I wanted to make more money, I can simply put an extra charge on everything that goes out the door. If I want to make more money, I go out and make me some more contacts, build me some more relationships, do some more Facebook Live, do some more posts, right? There's a lot of things that I can control when I want my money to increase. But when you make your money from an employer only, do you have that latitude? For most people, no. In fact, if it's not in the budget for you to get a raise, you just can't get a raise. When I was on my job before I was able to retire and go into entrepreneurship full time, I was stuck in a particular pay band, right? I had made to the top of this pay band according to the corporate structure, and I couldn't make any more money until someone in the pay band above me either quit, got fired, rolled over and died, or got promoted. And then there was room for me to elevate to that next pay band. I had zero control over that, ladies and gentlemen. Entrepreneurship, business ownership, you have control. And then you have unlimited residual income potential, right? Most people see residual income as something reserved for singers and actors and actresses and entertainers, because we know that if we're watching a rerun of our favorite program, we know those actors are still getting a small check from that every time that rerun comes on. Well, guess what? When you own a business, you can create business systems that puts residual income in your pocket as well. And then leverage income, man, that is you making money off more than your own efforts, right? And a lot of people get stuck on this. We know that if I had to move this room full of furniture and I had 6 other buddies hanging around, it just makes sense for us all to do a little bit and get the job done quickly. But we don't seem to think about leverage when we are talking about money. In fact, we've been conditioned to not talk about money at all. Money is still taboo in a lot of our households, and that's why we don't have much of it. See, you get what you focus on, and we focus on our lack more than the abundance that's available to us. So I want you to start focusing on abundance. Wealthy people have figured out that building wealth, getting rich, is a team sport. Poor and middle class people are still trying to do it all by themselves with no leverage. And then let's talk about your investment income. That is your dividends. That's your capital gains. That is your business income, right? When you start to scale and grow your business, hire employees, and basically start buying other companies, man, the game gets so much sweeter when you really learn how to play. Now, as an employee, and again, this is not a job bashing presentation, but as an employee, you're going to pay taxes of up to 37% of your income. Employees work first, they pay taxes second, then they try to spend or live off what's left. Business owners, on the other hand, are going to pay less than 23% in taxes. Their business is going to work. Their business gets to spend second. Then they pay taxes on what's left. And I want you guys to really get that. I put in the work, and the first thing that happens to my money is it gets taxed. Because I'm a business owner, my business gets to work first, and then I got to spend money on my expenses, such as my cell phone, my rent, my computer, my internet service, the miles I'm putting on my car. I've got to maintain that so I can get back and forth to meetings and things of that nature. I'm spending my money second. Then whatever is left over, that's what I pay taxes on. See, I told you guys earlier, there's two tax codes, one for employees and then one for business owners, landowners, and investors. You want to participate in the latter, but you got to become a business owner. The benefit of being a business owner is you beat inflation and income limits, and you have the power of leverage. When you're working a job only, you're trading time for money. And again, I've been there, not bashing anybody for having a job. Jobs are necessary. What we like to say, though, is if you are not where you want to be financially, if your legacy is not on track, that's okay. Be thankful for your job. Just don't be satisfied. And then last but not least, the investor is going to pay 0 to 15% in taxes. The money is going to work for them 24/7. The money is going to make them more money, and they are taxed the least. That's how you acquire both time and financial freedom. So what are the two objectives then that everybody's trying to meet? You're trying to make sure that you can live comfortably today, right? And that's usually paid for with your labor. Your future lifestyle should be paid for with your investments. However, we just discussed where people are financially after chasing the American dream. A large percentage of them are drowning in debt. Most of them have credit woes. Very little have investments whatsoever. And they're living check to check. So if you're living check to check, where does the money come from to start investing? That's why I'm passionate about what I do. If I can give you the secret to building wealth, if I can give you the strategies, the tips, all you need to do is exercise the discipline to make it happen, right? So the one company that we've decided to trust and partner with to help us get all of this done is a company called MWR Financial. It's a financial strategies company that provides everything you need to shift and grow your income. The Making Wealth Real movement provides American families with everything they need to overcome the financial challenges created by our tax, credit, banking, and educational system. See, it's not 100% your fault. Now, I get it. If you're living above your means and you flossing a lot, then yeah, that's your fault. But most people who are struggling in America are hardworking, decent people. They just had an educational system. They've had a tax system. They've had a banking system that just did not help them understand the rules of the wealthy. And that's why we are where we are. Come on, put in the comments if you believe wealthy people work harder than you. Say yes. If you believe wealthy people are smarter than you, I want you to put a yes in the comments. Most of you don't, right? If you believe that they just are better off because they are doing something or know something that you don't know, then I want you to put a yes to that one, right? Because that's all it is, man. Wealthy people have figured some things out, and they pass this knowledge down to their children for generations to generations at their dinner tables, and they have not decided to share that information with us. But now they've let this big mouth boy from Wellston get a hold of this information, and I'm telling everybody, man, point blank, period. So what are some of our financial goals at MWR Financial? Goal is to eliminate $50 billion worth of consumer debt, man. Because when you're in consumer debt and you're paying interest on those credit cards and those car loans, things of that nature, you're not earning interest on that money. So we want you to flip that around. We're going to help create 10,000 millionaires. I want you to put 10K in the comments if you plan to be one of them. 10,000 millionaires. Now, some of you guys probably can't dream that high, and that's okay. If you don't feel that you can become a millionaire, then I want you to put 150K in the comments, because we're going to create 150,000 six-figure earners, right? And then we're going to generate $100 billion, that's billion with a B, in investment income. Now you're thinking to yourself, Cortez, how all of this is made possible for you? Well, it's two ways. We have the cash flow management program and our investment income through what we call the Financial Edge membership. And I'm going to break that down for you here in a second. And then for those of you who are like me and you're saying, man, this information is too powerful for us not to be out teaching it to everybody. See, we don't want you to just go and teach this to everybody. We want to pay you to do it. So that business ownership with MWR Financial is going to help you, personally get your financial house in order. But if you want to become a financial educator and teach others these strategies, then you can make a substantial income doing so. So let's look over the Financial Edge membership first. Financial Edge membership is your personal team of financial experts that use proven strategies to shift and grow your income. Everything you need to succeed like a financial expert without having to become one. Why? Because our experts do all the work for you. So let's go back to what we talked about before. We talked about cash flow management, right? How do you better manage your cash flow? You do that with Money Max. Money Max is going to position you for an instant pay raise with our tax strategies. You get unlimited access to CPAs and enrolled agents to help you legally, ethically, and morally minimize your taxes, right? We've seen people get anywhere from $300 to $600 per month back into their paychecks with this one strategy alone. So what is the result? Tax savings shifted back to you. Then we have Equity Max. Then we have Credit Max. Credit Max is our credit restoration strategy. We've seen people increase credit scores from 50 to 150 points, and they have helped over 150,000 people so far. So increase your credit scores, lower interest rates, monthly payments, and insurance premiums. Results, interest savings are shifted back to who? You. That's who. Then we have Equity Max, debt elimination strategies, debt elimination system to eliminate all your debts. I want you to put all in the comments if you can benefit from all your debts being gone. In fact, I want you to think about something. Let's dream with me for a minute here. You're making the exact same money that you make on your job right now today. The only difference is you have zero debt. You don't have a car note. You don't have student loans. You don't have furniture bills. You don't have credit card bills. You're making the same money you make right now. You just have zero debt. Does that make you feel a little bit better? Does that put you in a better place? Does that lift stress off your life? Sure it does. See, sometimes, like I said before, it's not all about getting more. And yes, if you want to make tens of thousands of dollars per month, that's great. But you can also live better by reducing your debt and living off the income you currently make. So the debt elimination system provides a monthly plan of action to accelerate paying off your debt and maximizing interest savings. What is the result? Debt payment shifted back to you from the banks. Last but not least, Wealth Max. This is our wealth generation strategies. How do you save, grow, and protect your money tax-free with no risk of loss? You need access to the same people and the same programs that wealthy people are using right now today to protect their wealth while the economy is on a downward spiral. I want you to think about something, man. And we've seen the reports that a lot of CEOs step down. We've seen the reports that a lot of wealthy people moved money and stuff like that before the economy tanked. What if you had access to some of the same information and you could have moved your money from your 401k before the economy tanked? It's all about who you know. It's all about the professional team that you have in your corner. And the Financial Edge membership puts that professional team in your corner. So what is the results? You have a design your wealth. You have a team of experts that will design your wealth plan, set up your structure, and help you with private reserve bank accounts, land banking. Your money grows and works for you, and you become the bank. Now, I must say results may vary. This is not typical stuff because we're not your typical financial education company. We're not your typical financial professionals. We are teaching the things that wealthy people have been doing and passing down to their families for decades and decades and decades, right? So let's talk a little bit about the MWR Financial business opportunity. See, you can make wealth real by increasing your income one digit at a time. How do you do that? We have a referral-based affiliate program, right? Some of you guys, affiliate programs are new. Some of you guys, they are not. It simply means that if you knew of something that can help somebody, you simply tell them about it. If they say, yes, I want that help, and they join the movement, you get paid. Simple as that. 3 personal qualified financial directors and 1 outside customer means you've completed our fast 3-in-1. What does that do for your pockets, though? If you do this in 30 days, you're going to get a $150 momentum bonus. You get $50 per referral when you introduce those 3 people. That's another $150. And then, on top of that, you have brought in 1 customer who loved our Financial Edge product. You got paid $40 for that, for a grand total of $340 in your first month. Not bad. Less than an hour a day, a lot of our colleagues are putting into this business opportunity. If you then show those people how to do exactly what you did in 60 to 90 days, you can get another $450 momentum bonus and also a $900 momentum bonus, right? But it doesn't stop there, man. We talked about leverage early on because a lot of people simply don't have any leverage in their lives. And leverage is how you accelerate your way to wealth. So let's say that you didn't do the minimum, right? To qualify for the $150 bonus and the $150 and make that $340 in your first 30 days, that's minimum. Let's just say you are a above average go-getter, and instead of doing the minimum, you personally sponsored 12 people, right? And those 12 people, not as ambitious as you, but still pretty ambitious, and they sponsored 5 people. And those 5 people sponsored 3 people, right? What you will ultimately find is that you are putting yourself on the fast track to our 4, 5, 6, and 7-digit residual income strategy. Because what happens is that puts about 584 people on your team. At that point, you're qualified for our daily pay. Yeah, I said it. We pay daily. And then we have something called daily guarantee. So your bonus checks can come to you every day, but you can also position yourself to get some guaranteed money. How does it work? 584 people will put you in the level of $200 in guaranteed income every day. That's $6,000 per month. That's also going to give you enough points to qualify for $2,500 of our presidential bonus. And as you can see, that presidential bonus goes all the way up to $100,000 per month. And then you're going to be qualified for tier 3 of our luxury car bonus, which is $3,000 per month. All said and done, you sponsored 12 people who sponsored a few people, who sponsored a few people, who sponsored a few people, and all of a sudden you're at $11,500 per month. That's $138,000 per year, people. Listen, I know one thing more than I know anything else. During this particular time, people are more focused on 2 areas of their life than they have ever been before: their money and their health. And while they're focusing on their money, they're scouring the internet to find strategies just like what we have to offer. You can position yourself for those people to find you, and they can join your team, and you can make a ton of money with MWR Financial. Now, income disclaimer, you've got to put in the work. This ain't no welfare program. This ain't no I joined and all of a sudden a bunch of stuff happened and now I'm making money. No, we put in work, but it's work that pays us over and over and over and over again, right? Now, you might be saying to yourself, Cortez, a company like MWR Financial that's basically giving away money to help us spread the news of how to build generational wealth, they've got to be charging thousands of dollars to get started with this program. Well, let's just do this. Before we get into how much it costs, I want you guys to see clearly how we help everybody on our team win. And then for those of you who are willing to take action today, these are the fast action bonuses that you are going to get. Let's start with bonus number 1, a fully customizable website with autoresponder. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're going to build a business like this, then you might as well come out of the gates as a professional and do it right. So as you can see, this customizable website has my logo on it, has my brand on it. It even has a place for people to give me their name and email address so I can follow up with them on autopilot. That's important, guys. We're building a business in the 21st century. Everything is digital. Everything is automated. So when a person gives me their name and email address, my system is automatically going to follow up with them for 7 days to say, hey, check this out. Hey, here's a testimony. Hey, join us on this webinar and get your questions answered. Hey, how are you doing today? It's just going to continue to put me in front of people who are interested in what it is that we're doing. And ultimately, people will need 5, sometimes 7 exposures to what you do before they decide to join you. Well, guess what? This automates that process, and it is yours. Of course, the training that comes with it on how to optimize it, how to customize it, and make everything work. Then we have our exclusive bonus number 2. Now, this is separate from MWR. Let me be clear. MWR is going to give you the business system, the training, and the coaching. But this is why our team in MWR is growing so freaking fast, because we help you set your business up like a professional right out of the gate. Then we got exclusive training from one of the best in the entire industry. Ladies and gentlemen, this is my personal coach and mentor, Mr. Brian Bean. He is sought after by companies all over the world to train their employees on how to be more productive. He's sought out by companies all over the world who have direct sales and referral components to their business, and he's brought in to train those people how to be more productive. Well, guess what? He's giving us access to a course where he is going to teach us how he built this business to 5 figures per month in less than 90 days. Guys, he trains on mindset. Of course, he trains on money. But again, more importantly, he is actually in this business with us. In fact, he's my upline. He is in the business with us. So he's not teaching us what works from a general standpoint. He's teaching us what he did in this business to make it work. And then last but not least, we have another special bonus for you. You read that right. A 3-night luxury vacation stay, right? Now, I know what you're saying. Well, Cortez, ain't nobody traveling right now. Well, guess what? When this is all over, am I the only one that's going to be excited about getting out of this house? Right? So this vacation voucher will be good for you to use once this is all over, and you can go to places, not only Daytona Beach, but places like Branson, Missouri, Las Vegas, Orlando, Myrtle Beach, Gatlinburg, Tennessee. There's about 12 different destinations that you can choose from, and this is our way of saying welcome to the team. Thanks for connecting with us to build your MWR financial business. Not only do you get this vacation stay yourself, but you also, when you join this team, you have the ability of using this incentive to grow your business as well. So when you start your MWR financial business today, here's what you get. You're going to get the MWR Financial Edge membership. That is a $497 value. And I am so serious with that, guys. Listen, what you have to understand is that if I wanted to talk to a financial planner, they would charge me anywhere from $250 to $500 per hour, right? If I wanted to talk to a CPA, they would charge me $150 to $250 per hour. And with the Financial Edge membership, you get unlimited access to these professionals to grow your wealth. Then you get the MWR Financial Turnkey Business. That's $1,000 value. Ladies and gentlemen, this is an actual financial education franchise, right? You literally get started, turn the key. You can start today and you can be making money today. In fact, you can tag some of your people that you know that are looking for an opportunity in this very video, and I'll do the presenting for you, right? $1,000 value. Then you get your free customizable website with auto respond. That's a $397 value. Then we're talking to your fast track to area director and above. That's a $1,997 value, guys. Over 20 courses in this system that range in price from $47 all the way up to $500, guys. And we get 20 of them absolutely free from somebody who is in the trenches with us. Not somebody talking theory, not somebody talking about what they did years and years ago. No, Brian is in this business breaking records right now today. And then your 3-night luxury stay, that's a $600 value, and that's just for your stay. We're not even talking about the fact that you have access to give these away to help grow your business. What would it cost you if you had to go and buy your own incentive program? Ladies and gentlemen, this is the benefit of partnering with the right team. Total value of $4,485. And of course, that's not what it costs to join. I just wanted you to see the actual value that you get your hands on. So get started today. Only $228 to start your business. And then to maintain your business on a monthly basis, it's a measly $119 per month. And of course, we're talking business. That means we are on the other side of that tax code. That means all of this is tax deductible for me in the first place. The question becomes this. If all this program did for you was helped you save $500 per month in taxes, because that's what the average person saves in taxes when they have a home-based business, is $500 per month. If all it did was that, when would you stop trading $119 for $500? Right? Never, right? It just does not make sense. So at the end of the day, ladies and gentlemen, you are in one of three categories. A number 3 says, appreciate you, bro. Thanks, but no thanks. Do us a huge favor, man. Whoever invited you to tonight's webinar, get back with them and tell them thank you. You might be a number 2. A number 2 says, man, I don't have it in me to build a business. However, I know I need help with my credit. I want to buy a house this year. My credit ain't the best. So I can use that Financial Edge membership to get my credit right. I could use some tax strategies so that I can stop overpaying taxes. I could use that private reserve bank so I can start building generational wealth without risk of loss. If you, my friend, want the Financial Edge membership only, it's just $80 a month. $80 to start, $80 a month. Get back with the person who invited you out. Let them know that you are a number 2 and that you want that Financial Edge membership. Those same bonuses apply for you, even if you just want the Financial Edge membership. And last but not least, you might be like me and you say, man, I believe in this movement. We need an economic empowerment movement in our communities. And this is a great way to bring financial literacy as well as income opportunities to our community. I'm a number 1. I'm all in. I want the Financial Edge membership. I want the business opportunity. I want the ability to make some of those bonus checks. I can see myself building my website and really taking this thing all the way to the next level. If you're number 1, then I want you to go ahead and get back with the person who invited you to tonight's webinar and make sure you let them know that you are number 1 and tell them exactly where we need to send your bonuses to, and we will get you rocking and rolling tonight. So with that, I'm going to turn it over to my good friend, Mr. James Biggs, for his last final thoughts, and then we're going to wrap this thing up. So, Mr. Biggs, back to you, my friend.
All right. So, we got a lot of good content tonight. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Go ahead.
Got a lot of good content tonight. Get back with the person that invited you out. And we're glad to have you on today. And, sir, anytime that you speak, man, it's an honor.
Appreciate that.
Yeah, so, you know, if you are number 1, you know, definitely get with the person who brought you out. And foods, you know, get that package. It'll work for you.
Awesome.
So thank you for coming out tonight. We like that you were interested in what we're talking about, and have a blessed day.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, that's it. Until next time, peace.